How are you doing? This is Stephen Ruckman, and today the video, it's about April 17th, looks like, 2024. Going to get into really the meat and potatoes of the video blog for our members. I'm going to give you just kind of an update of what's going on with the hunting lease markets, what's going on with our properties, and then really going to take some time and walk through one that's open now and just give you an in-depth analysis of, just kind of really what I think about it. I get asked my opinion all the time, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. So just in general, this time of year, the hunting lease market's a little slower. Most everyone has locked into what they want for turkey, so there's not nearly as many people looking. At any one time, generally it's settled out to where we've got 20 to 30 tracts open at any one time, various size, type, and quality. But one that I want to go over today, the market should go ahead and pick back up here in about 3 or 4 weeks. After turkey's over, everyone starts really, really heavily thinking about what they're going to do for the fall, working on some ones that are probably not going to renew for various reasons, just get a good sense of it. Maybe it's getting close to their payment date. They haven't really paid yet, so going to open some. Central Kentucky area, I've got a new one in Union County, Kentucky, usually a good area to find land. Got a new one to post in Union County, Kentucky, so I'll be looking for that one. But let's take some time, one that's open now that I've had for a long, long time. One of my first properties. Let's talk about the Mercer County, Kentucky one that's open right now. So I'm going to look back and forth. I've got my computer screen pulled up here, and we'll go ahead and talk through it. If you see this video and you see it's still open, might want to jump in on it, but I'm going to go ahead and give you kind of my in-depth opinion of it. Like I said, it's one of my first properties. I don't know, I may have had it in some form 8 years or more. The first thing I want to start with there is, again, this Mercer County, Kentucky. It's about 180 acres. I want to start with the owners. Man, the owners, husband and wife, live on site. There is a house on this one as well that can be used, so that's always a really big draw. But the owners are just as nice and as sweet as can be. They've had the land a long, long time. Great people. I've never really, honestly, never really heard neither, good nor bad. But just from my time with them, they've been absolutely outstanding. Never had any issues, complaints. They really are welcoming, really love people there, especially if you behave. And, they again will work out a deal for you on the house. Really cool house. I've stayed there with my kids before. At times just kind of stopping through, looking at different land. The house is really cool, historic. You'll see on the video, sits in a beautiful valley. One night, I'll never forget, probably the most lightning bugs I'd ever seen in my life. Absolutely stunning. The whole valley was almost just completely daylight. There were so many, it was literally that crazy. My kids absolutely loved it. So it's an outstanding property. I've got this one, as you see, I put lucky, manageable, and likely now on my tract ratings. Make sure to look at that page to see in general what those mean. But this tract here, I've got it as manageable, which it's a little on the small side for manageable, but not too small. It's 160, 180 acres, somewhere in there. But it's, as I have in the description, my type of hunting. A lot of cedars, a lot of thickets, also some good mature woods. And again, it's got that rise and run. I really like the narrow field ridges. I really like the narrow valleys. I really like, even anytime you get something like that, it hunts way bigger. It's just one of those properties, if you have 100-something acres flat versus 100-something acres up, down, round and round, it's going to hunt a lot bigger. It's going to hold a lot more deer. It's going to give them a lot more hiding places. Again, this is my type of hunting. I love hunting around cedars. I love hunting around overgrown fields. You'll see in the video, it's got it. It's got your kind of narrow ridge tops that are just covered with cedars, tall grasses. It's got some ridges that are covered in nice, good, mature trees. Over the years, they've taken the time to put in, I think they're called femoral ponds, where, you know, it's just watering holes sprinkled throughout the property. Also, the property's got full-time, one or two full-time creeks. Big creek you got to cross to get onto the property, but easy to cross. Got a big, huge concrete driveway. And then another smaller creek runs right down the valley by the house you can stay at. Probably a little more intermittent, but good bit of water on the property. Not really any crops. Another reason, though, I think it's manageable is, again, the hunting pressure. One, that area has got a lot of places to hide, a lot of topography for good deer to hide. And also I like it because on the south, you've got a little more horse land, not nearly as much hunting, turns into a transition right there into horse land. And anytime you get horse land, usually you have a chance for some big deer, those that know the area. You know, the whole extra feed, all the extra alfalfa, all the extra stuff that goes into that. And also horse land tends to be lightly hunted. A lot of money tied up in horses. Those, you know, a lot of times those owners aren't really into hunting. So again, I think there's a good bit of block there where the hunting pressure probably isn't that great and the nutrition level is fairly high. Also, you're right there close to the Chaplain River, one of the good rivers in Kentucky. Snakes all through some good hunting land. If you remember one of my video blogs you may have watched about where to hunt, I try to tap into those rivers, get close to them. I said, you know, within 3 miles or so of either side of one of the smaller rivers. This is a really small river. You know, this one here probably a half mile to a mile, but it's within about a half mile to a mile of the Chaplain River. So again, you get those river bottoms, you're gonna have a real opportunity for some good deer. You know, on the house, a lot of people want to ask me, well, how much for the house? How much for the house? Honestly, like all houses, I stay out of that. You know, every vibe, every situation, every dynamic is different. I leave that up to the owners. You know, they've done all kinds of different types of deals over the year, but I haven't even asked them in years what they've worked out on it. I do know that, you know, they want you to maintain good behavior, you know, clean up after yourself, and just make sure if you do talk to them about the house, you're on the same page with how much you're going to use it, what you're going to do with it, and things like that. Another reason why it's kind of manageable, in my opinion, these owners not as much anymore because I have so many pictures. But if you look on the website, I've been provided a fair bit of harvest pictures over the years. Some really good deer, lots of turkeys. I remember the first time I went, it was maybe about this time of year, and just tons of turkeys, dozens and dozens of turkeys kind of grouped up. Lots of turkeys. The owners haven't really sent me as many pictures anymore as what they used to because, again, as I was trying to say, I have so many already. But, you know, just wildlife all in their yard, all in their house. You'll see the house that you might can use is lower in the valley, and their house is just up on a hill right above that. And just over the years, they've sent me a lot of pictures from their yard, you know, 3 bucks in their yard, you know, 6, 8 turkeys in their yard. And by yard, I mean, you know, within 10 to 20 yards of their screened in porch. You know, the way the land lays, if you watch the video, you know, you get good vision of all the different sides of the hills with the cedars and the tall grass. You know, several pictures of bucks just kind of hanging out between the cedars and that tall grass. So I think this one is a little bit more than lucky. This one is in the manageable category based upon a lot of the things that I just told you about. But again, I'm not going to move it in that likely category, just mostly because of the size. Also, that county has produced, but it's been 6 years or more. I think like a 200-inch deer in velvet came out of that county. So it's a county that can have really good deer. It's getting close to horse country, which has, you know, historically had some really good deer. It's in an area where local Kentucky people like to hunt, that kind of, you know, Washington, Anderson, Mercer County area. So definitely this is manageable. And again, you're not really going to find a mix of all the things there with also the ability to have a house, great owners, live on site. Again, that's high value as well right there. property's been controlled and looked after for a long, long time. Your incidents or possibility of trespassing, poaching, things like that can change year to year just depending on all kinds of factors, kids growing up, people moving into communities. But something like that, super duper low to relatively, unheard of. Again, with the owner living right there up front on the hill, horse land around it, rivers around it, my kind of hunting, up, down, cedars, full-time water, plenty of oaks, and just a great place, especially as I try to say, keep in mind everything that you do. Make sure you like to go hunting first. Remember, all these things are closer to gambling than it is to buying. You're not going to a grocery store. Countless things outside of any of our control. And again, but this is a great place, especially if you got kids or family or a tight group of friends. Absolutely great setting to go hunt. And again, anytime you got a house option, it's a real unique type of situation. And again, the owners are absolutely great. Love to get you there. Love to keep you there year after year. Make sure to check it out. Have any questions, just hit me up. But again, I think between the video, the aerial, and this little blog post on it, Mercer County, Kentucky tract with the house on it, I think, you have a lot of information that just answering any more questions probably be overkill at this point. Also remember, there are harvest pictures and other canned pictures on the website as well attached to it. So this is Stephen Ruckman with Merk Farms. Again, glad to roll this video out as a service to our members. And again, probably at least once a week, I'll try to update you on what's going on with the hunting lease market, what's going on with us, and then also highlight a current property that's open. So it's April 17th, 2024. Stephen Ruckman. Look forward to seeing you soon. Look forward to getting you on some hunting land soon.